Good morning. It's Friday, October 23rd, 2020. I'm on my way to the gym right now. Um, People are always they're always so curious, and it's strange to me. Not strange bad, not strange like there's something wrong with what they're curious about. But people are always curious about how I get up and go, and they say it's so inspiring, and it's so inspirational, and it gives me motivation. And the question is it's almost like, if you met Michael Jordan, you ask, how do you jump? How do you just fly like that? What is it? Did you do something to build your hamstrings up? Like they want to know what's the hack? What's the trick? Come on. Nike making you some special shoes. I remember when Shaquille O'Neal was out and they had the Reebok pumps, and you were supposed to be able to pump the little toe, and then you could jump through the roof. But they asked me, they don't say it, but what's the hack? Come on. You go to sleep at 5 in the morning, you go to sleep at 5 in the afternoon. What's up? And it wasn't really until right now that I could actually formulate what I'm about to say. But what keeps me going is a vision. And I think so often we get distracted by everybody else and what they're doing, and what we think is the vision for today. But little do we know, technology can change, the world can change, coronavirus can change the world, the complexity of our relationships, everything can change. But your vision always remains the same. Have you ever wondered why there's just that one damn thing that keeps popping back up? Like it's a vision of like Paris and the Eiffel Tower. See, like that's me. I have this reoccurring vision of being in Paris and running through the streets and then making it back to my beautiful hotel or my house or whatever it is that I have out there. I don't know what it is, and having a wonderful breakfast and enjoying the weather, and then and that's how I start my day. Because I know it's another country, because the architecture isn't like anything here. But you ever had that vision? And for everybody, it's different. And so that vision, I keep thinking about that vision. I'm like, man, that vision is pretty. I like that. I like that vision. I think I can deal with that. It's not a vision I don't like. And it's not a vision I concocted. It's just a vision. It's a vision that's always been with me. And then physically, how I see my body. See, that vision powers my business goals, my travel goals, those goals. But then I have this vision of this body that I want. This body that I've always had. I just didn't work on it. And when I think about this body, it's not real big, it's not bulky, it's not big and swole like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Ronnie Coleman. It's not all, it's not lean like, not saying there's anything wrong with that. Not saying that but it's not lean or small like a Usher, but it's nice, and it's athletic, and it's flexible, and it's strong. and it's good for all weathers and conditions. I mean, it ain't just one size fits all. It's a universal body it's just beautiful, and I can see it. I can't tell you what it is, but I can see it. I envision it. And I don't just envision it when I'm looking in the mirror with my shirt off. I envision it at all times of the day. And so that motivates my workout. And then through trial and error, and then through trying this, trying that. And that's one thing about life. You got to try some things. You got to try it to know if you don't like it. You got to try it to know if it don't fit you. You have to try it so that you can fail at it. Because failure gives you another roadmap to get to success. So I tried a bunch of things. Because the things, the visions in my head were so strong. And my journey has been a lot harder because there's a lot of things inside of me that won't allow people to come. I won't allow people to come into my life. Even people that I need. Now that's a part of my scarred history. That's a part of my scarred memories. It's how people walk out on you. How people abandon you. And I don't want to be abandoned no more. So I have abandonment issues, which means I have issues with letting people in. And that's where God's still working on me. That's where God is still developing me, developing the person that he wants me to be, is in areas like that. And so when people ask, how do you do it? I'm simply chasing after the visions that are in my head. And if you ever spoke with my wife and said, hey, Jermaine, does he be talking about, you know, places that he wants to go and things he wants to see? Does he get kind of graphic into it? She'll tell you, yeah. Because these visions of that, I don't. Money's really not that high of a priority on my list. But God didn't make no dummy. I'm smart enough to know that it's necessary to make them goals happen. Smart enough to know it's to make them dreams happen. To propel visions, legacies. I know that. So it might not be that important, but it's important enough to keep getting it. But I'm motivated by the vision. Like right now, I don't feel like going to the gym and doing some superpower crazy. I know days, weeks when I feel like I'm just gonna go in there and lift the whole gym up. I'm strong as a mother. And then I know days when I'm just kind of like yesterday. I had one of those days. I was just like, let me just go pick up a dumbbell. Let me just pick up a dumbbell. Let me just pull some weight. Let me just do some stretches. Let me just, you know, I did run 4 miles. I was happy with that. But the vision is so strong that it keeps me going. And even when I fail, I just make adjustments. Because the vision's not going to let me just sit there and relax on my laurels or just put my hands underneath me and just sit there and play this game of life. where it just does whatever it wants to you. It just tosses you wherever it wants to, you know. And the thing is about being motivated by the vision, it keeps me showing up. Even when there's no progress made. I have an undeniable feeling it will happen. I have this overwhelming feeling that if I keep showing up, something eventually is going to happen. The guy said, I never pursued money. When I stopped pursuing money and started pursuing helping people, he said the gates to everything I wanted started opening up. Everything I wanted started to open up. It was an abundance. And when I started praying this morning, for some reason I put $1 billion up against my kids, and I can't say this any other way, or I'd be a bad person. But what I'm gonna say is the truth. I said, God, if you had given me a decision between $1 billion and my kids, I would choose my kids 1 billion times. You know, true from the heart. That's insanity. But it puts a perspective on what's important. And sometimes you gotta have a conversation with yourself. I do it all the time. I'd be like, man, you keep having these. I mean, you can't shake these visions. And you have to start asking yourself, is this my purpose? Is this my goal? And if it is, am I being obedient and am I following it? Or am I just jumping on board with what's the newest fad? What am I doing? So when you learn, the hack is to how I do it, and my regimen and my discipline is you have to know what the vision on your life is. And God does show it to you. If the Bible said that they showed King David the palace and everything that came with it while he was still working in the fields, that tells me that God puts the vision before you because he needs you to go after it. And so if there's something that's been really nagging at your soul and you're like, oh man, I can't. I mean, it's been nagging at you. I mean, I've been talking about this stuff since I was 12. 13. If you can identify that thing that's been nagging at you, I guarantee, and stop shaking it off like, that sounds good, but I don't think that's supposed to be for me. I'm supposed to be a ballerina. I'm supposed to be a police officer. I'm supposed to be, you know, just a mom or a dad. If there's something that's been pulling at you, I suggest you to look a little bit closer at it, because your motivation to being able to be all things lies inside of that vision. That vision is the motivation. You know, because I tried to use motivation that motivates other people. Well, I want to be an athlete. No, I don't, because if I did, I'd be pursuing that. I want to be home every morning to make my kids breakfast. I mean, that's cool, but that don't motivate me. I'd rather have a maid do it. Make me some too. But I'd like the time with them. I'd like the time with them. So the hack is identifying what your vision is. The vision, and I guarantee it hasn't been with you for a week. It hasn't been with you for 2 weeks. It's been with you your whole damn life. It's been with you your whole life. And I'm sorry to tell you, it's all the motivation you ever needed. You were born with it. Sorry. Everything that happens along the way is just a part of the plan. It's just added bonuses. Sorry. It's been with you this whole time. And that's what I learned to realize, is everything I needed to get me motivated, God gave it to me at birth. He said, I knew you before the world knew you. I mean, I was already working on you. We just tend to go left. We tend to be encouraged by other things. But I'm telling you, if you're wondering why I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 1:30 in the morning, every morning, my vision won't let me sleep. And your vision ain't gotta look like my vision. It's just your vision. Plain and simple. It's what's important to you. It's that vision that has been on your subconscious mind forever. And you have failed to react on it.